Hello, Team Wonderbar, and welcome to August Team Talk. It's August. Woohoo! New catalog. Woo! Any of you that are Marco Polo, that's my woohoo song too. I will give everybody, it's only 8:29, so I'm giving everybody a minute to hop on and join me. Hello, hello. Say hello. Just give. I always hate this part of the video. Good evening. Good evening. Just to let you guys know, because hello, Jocelyn. Just to let you guys know, normally that if the month ends on Monday, usually Tuesday, I can still do numbers sometimes with your recognition. But systems didn't update last night while I was awake. So everything is scheduled to post, and all recognition will be done tomorrow. So get ready to be blasted with woohoos tomorrow. And the other thing is, every single day this month, I have a post at 9 a.m. in the morning. And it's something for you to either do yourself and hold close to you. You can get a notebook and start doing the questions every single day. But it was a calendar that I got from my Calm app. And it's something about helping you journal and get more in touch with who you are and how you feel. But I also tweaked it a little bit to Scentsy at the same time. And there is great power in sharing and writing down things that you want for intentions or goals or your feelings. It's good to get stuff out, whether it's on paper and nobody sees it, or you share it here and give it some power. That's what those are for. I just thought, I read through them and thought, oh, you know what, these would be nice, because some of them just for life and some of them for Scentsy in life. So every single morning at 9 a.m. there's one of those scheduled for the whole month of August, and I will try to be on every day to pin it to the top and take the other one down. But feel free to go through and look for those as well. If you actually go into photos, you can actually go see them all in order as well when they post. So kia ora. I'm still coughing, but not as bad, except for I just started talking. So sometimes that's when I start coughing, but I'm not coughing as much. So knock on whatever the hell this table's made out of. All right. 8:32. All right. Well, let us get started. I was trying to use my mouse for my computer to move the screen. So I hope that you took time today or last night or both and went through your workstation, the news tab, the marketing tab, the training tab, the good evening, Bodine, the incentive tab. Make sure you're going through all those things. There's so much information. And something else that came up when I was talking to someone else yesterday, she didn't know you could click on things. If it's not black, if it's purple, or if it's blue, click on it. See, go to every single tab and click on everything and see what it does. You can't wreck it until you put a credit card number in and press process. You're fine. Everything is fine. But you should go through and click on everything, try everything, look at everything, and just kind of have a play with Workstation. There is a lot to it, but there's certain things that you're going to use more than others, obviously. And there's some things you probably won't use much until you have a team, but there's some things that you might want to see from your own history. So definitely go through. On your performance tab, when you see your name, click on your name. It opens up your profile. It shows you your graph of your history and how much you've done each month. And you can see whether you've been consistent or you've been like this or like this. So don't be afraid to play with your workstation. I'm thinking of doing a workstation training video or a Zoom group for those of you that maybe want some extra help with that. And I'm thinking of doing, like we have the new consultant album, I'm thinking of doing that for new leaders so they kind of know what to do, especially within that first 70 days. So these are all, I have so much I need to do and so much I want to do for you guys. So it's a constant list. I know how Scentsy feels now. So, so just to kind of recap everything that's happening this month, please feel free, if you watched last month's video that I did, I said that I changed the settings for the team page so that all posts are now in chronological order, which means the newest post will be on top. So why I did that was because sometimes people go into albums and comment on something and then it shoots it forward and maybe the pricing isn't right anymore or something, we don't have the product anymore, but it shoots it to the top. I was really tired of when people commented on things that would throw it to the top when people didn't see the other things. So now when you go into the group, I need you to scroll a little bit because there might be 5 posts of the day, but they're going to be in order. So even when you comment, it's not going to bump it. And with the albums, like I just got a whole bunch of photos from another group and I'm going to put them in the albums. So you need to always be checking the albums. If they're updating, I usually put updated when I put more photos in. So people that have liked that album will get notified that there's more photos and things like that. But yeah, so those are just little housekeeping things I thought I'd mention. So new consultants. So when you get somebody to join your team with the full kit in August, because you want to be sharing the opportunity, they not only get all the stuff in the full kit, but they also get the Flaunt Your Feathers warmer, which was it 110 or 101? I can never remember. Please hold. It's $101. So they're getting an extra $100 warmer, New Zealand, with their kit, including the other warmer and all the other stuff. So make sure people know that. If you have peacock lovers in your life, you need to go tell them. The other thing is when they join with a host kit. So if you flip your party or if you have a host that wants to join, or if you're just giving the kit away and it's your party because you've been collecting orders. If you don't know what I mean, let me know. There's videos on that and I can help you with that, or your sponsor can help you with that. But the host kit and the reinstatement kit come with the Light from Within mini warmer and 2 bars, not the big warmer. But so everybody that joins this month gets extra product for free. So that's really cool. So make sure that you're promoting that, make sure that you're sharing that, go through all of your customers and share the good news. With boxes, of course, you may have seen the news article. They're going to be starting to be brown as soon as they run out of the white ones for eco and the planet. So, and Lisa asked on the All Consultants call that when you get a whiff box that's the brown one now, that you take photos of yourself with good lighting. You always want good lighting because it helps you. But have a photo of yourself with it and submit it on social media with the hashtag Scentsy Snapshot, and you could be in the next catalog. So they're looking out for that because they're already designing next year's catalog. So make sure you get your photos in. New and returning club subscribers earn 310 Australia or 320 New Zealand bonus rewards and referral points in August. This is a great deal, especially for referrals. You want to make sure that your Scentsy clubbers are using their club properly, but sometimes they need to be taught. I know there's a couple of people that I'm like, when I do a party, sometimes I get extra club members, but we do it while we're there so that I can help them, because the host is usually a club member already. And I'm like, okay, we'll go into your club, get your referral link, text it to them. Okay, go to that link. Okay, start your Scentsy's club. And then they get it from them. So people just need to be taught. It's like learning something new. So if people aren't used to referral links, I did a whole special on Scentsy Club. And that video I posted just recently as well. So if you put Scentsy Club, there should be a video that comes up for that. Or go to my YouTube channel. The rules with that is, though, because you know somebody's going to be smarmy and weird. They're going to cancel. They're going to have the Scentsy Club. They're going to cancel their Scentsy Club, and they're going to restart their Scentsy Club just to get the points. They won't get them. They will be flagged in the system. So no cheaters. No cheaters. This month, when you open and close a party that's 645 New Zealand dollars or more, or 595 Australian dollars or more, your host, or you, will get a random warmer of the 3 warmers that were chosen. So the big thing to remember is that it has to open and close. Now, I opened a party for somebody because I always open them right away so people can get in on everything. I opened it in July, and then I heard that news and I quick shut it and said, wait. And so then reopened it last night, and I started a new party for her just in case, because she's going to do another bag party for me. But I was like, oh crap. And the reason why they did that is last time they did this with the blankets, it was a fiasco because all the consultants were closing their open orders and everybody was getting lots and lots of blankets. And they ran out of blankets. So they figured out what they did wrong. And they said, nope, you have to open them this month and you have to close them this month. So I opened my new shopping link, my personal open link last night as well. So in case I do want to close it by the end of the month, that I could possibly get a free warmer or something, or somebody can. So, don't forget there's a warmer and bundle deal. There's 3 warmers. I believe it is succulent, aloe vera, and one of my favorites, which is right there, the Himalayan salt warmer. And they get 4 bars for free. So you just have to pick which pack you want of the bars. So again, a great way for customers to get more for their money. So make sure that you're really talking about that, showing that. We have photos in the live album. There's product photos that you can use in the album section. So don't do screenshots of your website with the price and it's just on a white background. That doesn't do the same as live photos. That's why we have those live photo albums in our team page. And that's why we share things, is so that you can create an impactful post that catches people's eye and people go, ooh, not people like, oh, like, be aware of what you're posting. Make sure it has impact, make sure that it has value and it has contact and it makes people think, oh my God, I want that. Because pretty pictures gets people's attention. White backgrounds don't get people attention. And anything with lots of words on it, Facebook and Instagram will bury and ghost. So make sure there's not a lot of words on your photos because they don't get a lot of play on social media. Your words go in the post, not into the picture. So those are just little tips while I'm talking. So I know somebody had a question about this. Halloween brochures. So usually there's a Halloween brochure that we can print out that hits our workstations. It's going to hit our workstations around August 12th. But products, the Halloween collection, will not be available to sell until the 1st of September. So the 1st of September is always Halloween products. The 1st of October is when Christmas products start. So we'll be able to order probably Christmas brochures in September. So they're usually a little bit month ahead. So if that helps any of you new consultants that are there, that's how that goes. So if you watched Dan's end of the month live, you heard, and if you read the comments under his video here, I gave you the rundown of everything. So Scooby-Doo will be released on the August the 9th, so next week. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I don't like spending money on Scentsy, but damn it, between Stitch crap and Hogwarts crap, and now Scooby-Doo. Like, I am a huge Scooby-Doo fan. So, information and pricing and all of that should come out Friday, because Friday means they tell us what's coming on Tuesday. So always know that Friday morning, if nothing else, you should check your workstation, because there's going to be something coming, right? So check your workstation on Friday morning, and post accordingly. But there are already product pictures in the team page and stuff you can use. Feel free to go look at, if you're kind of new and you don't know what to do, you can go look at my page or Janice's page. But you can go, and Sarah's a good poster on social media. You can go look at our pages and see kind of what we've done and use those photos as well, but yeah, so feel free. You just can't touch them. You can't put them into a collage. You can't alter them. You can't write on them. Do not touch any license. That's the other thing I want to talk about. There's a couple of people that when you're new, you get so excited you want to share everything. And when I was new and I did that, people were not nice. Like, when I say not nice, I mean name calling, the B word. You can't fucking post that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I didn't know. I didn't have a sponsor that really helped me. I learned everything through YouTube. So I just learned by watching things and attending phone calls and meetings and trainings. I just attended everything and spent hours on when I was doing dishes, I'm listening to YouTube. When I'm going to bed, I'm watching YouTube. Like, I watch YouTube like people watch Netflix and Disney Plus, because I wanted to learn. And you are responsible for your own success. Your upline is not. But I didn't know. And so we have become, especially in Region 3, Australia, New Zealand, and they do change things all the time, don't get me wrong. But there's two main things. One is personal specials. You can never, thanks Ryan, you can never offer personal specials in public, whether it's at an event. So you can't have a sign that says, buy 6 bars, get a free warmer, or whatever. You can't have a sign that says that in public either. But you can also post it on social media, not even in a group. You can private message, you can email, you can text, but you cannot in any public place, which includes groups on Facebook, offer personal specials. And a personal special is anything that Scentsy is not offering. If Scentsy isn't offering it in the catalog, or at that time, it's not a promotion going on, then it's a personal special. So, and you want to be careful. You don't want to offer too many of those, because you'll sell yourself right out of business, basically. And then the other thing is licensed products. It amazes me how many directors and superstar directors get this still wrong. Here's the thing I remember about licensed products. If I've taken this photo, and instead of copying, just like saving the photo and using the photo, if I do anything else with that photo, if I put it on a background, if I add it onto something, if I use a cutout on my banner, I touched it. I did more than just save it and use it. I touched it. And if I touched it, if the lawyers at Disney did not approve that photo, personally approve it, you can't use it. I don't understand what's so hard. Maybe you guys don't understand law, but Disney's legal team, you can just imagine, right? So we have to keep our relationship with Disney in the clear and in a good standing, because it's a huge opportunity for us. And we have done really well, and we've proven ourselves to them, but we don't want things to look cheap. So you can't do screenshots off of your website of Disney products or any licensed or charity. So this month you can't do like screenshots of that or the catalog picture. Same thing with the Disney stuff. You can't take a photo of this and post this. This is a no-no. use the photos that are in Marketing Station or use the things that are shown in our team page. So they have to keep their brand intact, and it has to be things that were agreed upon so that things don't look cheap and ghetto. And they look uniform, and that branding remains. So that's where live photos happen. And that's why we share so many live photos, because it's a great way to show the product without showing like a marketing photo that Scentsy made for us. That's why we use those instead. Sometimes we're forced to use those because we don't have the real photos yet. But usually I try to jump into American ones because they get their stuff first usually. And then Aussie gets theirs, and we're always last over here. So I try to grab photos and put them in albums accordingly, and so that they're easy to find and for you to locate. So I hope that clears thing up. But licensed things, anything that has a trademark, Harry Potter, Warner Brothers, Marvel, Star Wars, Mandalorian, any of that stuff you can't use. The other thing that just went through, this happened when I first started too. I had a picture of Matthew McConaughey without his shirt on, and I said, I put in there, all right, all right, all right, and it was for Who Wants a Six Pack? Out of compliance. Because Matthew McConaughey's legal team did not approve that message. But it was a really cute post. But things like that. You can't use celebrities in your post. You can't use, unless their lawyers say it's okay. You can't use like the whole Little Miss thing that was going around for a while. That got bit in the butt, as we noticed. So as soon as it posted, I was like, I don't think you can do that because that's licensed. So I'm just really conditioned to seeing things and like, oh, can't do that. I even turned in somebody else on some other business because they used Oprah's face in their ad. I'm like, I don't think Oprah, and they were talking not nice about her as they were promoting what they were selling. And so I tagged her business page like, Oprah, you best shut these bitches down. So that is people's branding, and that is people's income, and that is people's legacy for Disney. I mean, Disney's like king. So just, if you're in question, ask me, or ask, you can write compliance, and they're really sweet. They'd rather have you ask and know. They're there to help you. So don't be afraid of them, but just don't touch things that don't alter anything in any way. Take the photo that has been given to you, use the photo. Don't trust other people's posts, because I see the Hocus Pocus one is a big one. I think I've reported at least 10 people in America. But it has the picture, like the movie poster or the pictures of the three witches, the Sanderson sisters. And then all of a sudden they showed the Hocus Pocus wormers, and they're on the same post together. That is out of compliance, because now you're using intellectual property of Disney with the product, and that's not okay either. Just use the products we give to you to use, and then you know you're fine. That's it. So those are the two big compliance things: personal specials, licensed. And they've loosened up a lot since they first came out, let me just tell you. Because when they first came out, it was really strict. We couldn't use hashtags. We couldn't use this. We couldn't use that. It was crazy. But then we earned our trust with Disney. So they were very impressed with us. And that's why they extended their contract with us, I think for another like 3 or 5 years or something like that. So that is because we tried to do our best. And we know people try to do their best. I'm just always floored when leaders do it, because I'm always like, come on. So that was a nice tangent, but I think it needed to be said as well, because we have so many LTOs coming. So Scooby-Doo next week. We have Alice in Wonderland the following week on the 16th. Again, you'll find information out on the Friday of what everything happens on the Tuesday. August 23rd, new items that were discontinued last night. Was that last night? That was last night. Was discontinued last night, are going to show up in our clearance section of our PWS on the 23rd of August instead of the 1st of October. We used to have to wait till the 1st of October for them to load everything that was discontinued into our clearance section. So later on this month, anybody that was a procrastinator or didn't listen to you, they can still maybe grab some of the things that they may have missed. And they're everything in clearance as well, supplies list. The 23rd of August, we also have Belgium and Luxembourg opening. So if you know anybody, maybe you don't know anybody, but just throw up the flags in a post that says, hey, does anybody know anybody in these two countries? And see what people say. You just never know. People know people from everywhere, but you don't know unless you ask. Ever. You don't know unless you ask. Thursday night, this Thursday, so 2 days from now, we have our booking blitz. With the new incentive happening, I did it this way because I think we can go ahead and have a planning session, but it's pointless if you don't have everything on your books. You need to have appointments on your books. You need to start sharing. You need to have that confidence going in. And so booking blitzes are one of those things where I give you a time limit and y'all just contact as many people as you can to try to book as many parties as you can. There may or may not be prizes. I don't know. And we do it together, and that's what makes it fun. And usually everybody starts out a little afraid. But after you get going, because you don't need to think, you just text. You don't think, you just text. You don't assume, you just text. Don't analyze, just text. And with that comes your bookings. And everybody should be having bookings. We have an incentive right now for bookings. And so I wanted to do a booking blitz. I need to do a booking blitz. So I figured let's do this together. I know several of you want to earn this trip to Fiji. So let's work this out. So first we need things on our calendar, right? That, to me, that is the most important thing all the time. You need stuff on your calendar. If you don't have stuff on your calendar, and you don't have Scentsy Club, are you in business? What's going on? So we're going to do that this week. Next Tuesday night, we are going to have our incentive planning session. This is always a really fun time. It's really relaxed. We just hang out and everybody says what they want to earn, and we work out. Like, someone usually is newer, and so we usually sit down and go, okay, well, here's how we're going to do this. And I show you how to take that big scary number and break it down into something that you can do. Will you have to probably stretch a little? Yeah, for sure. This doesn't happen by accident, getting a trip. This takes planning and tracking and consistency. And it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So even if you just come and hang out with us and listen, you'll get an idea of how it works in case you have a teamie or you feel like trying to do it. It's very low-key, no worries. And then the following Tuesday, Director Janice Pettit is going to be live at 8:30, I believe she comes on every third Tuesday of the month, and she's going to come and she's going to tell you all about our trip to Alaska. Oh, goodness. We can do one together another day, Kylie, if you want. There is one. So I had a post earlier today. I'll tag you in it if you haven't seen it. Where Jacqueline Roy's group was doing Mindset Monday, and they're doing an incentive tracking thing. I actually put the recording of that in the comments. So if you want to watch that one, that's cool. But you and I can get together and we can do a planning session as well for you. No worries there. So don't worry. If you're interested and you can't make that, just let me know, and either let your sponsor know or let me know, and we'll set up a time and we'll plan it. Because you guys, this incentive, let me just tell you, the last 24 hours, the amount of messages in the director groups asking home office if this was correct. Are the numbers correct? Are the numbers correct? Are the numbers correct? Because the main numbers, the 18,000, the 25,000, and the 45,000, that's pretty normal for us, right? That was totally the last time. But you need non-sponsoring points to earn the trip. And last time, our non-sponsoring points, where's my sheets? I had all my sheets here for today ready. There they are. So they had, so these are my tracking sheets. I already did all my math on the back for mine. Last year, this year you need 1250 sponsoring points, so non-PRV points. Last year, to earn Alaska, we needed 2,500. No, 4,500. I did write it somewhere. We needed 4,500. Yes, 4,500 points for one ticket. It's 1,250 this time. That's so crazy easy. Trust me. And the newer you are, or if you're essential or certified, this is so easy for you. All you have to do is promote once or twice or help your teamie and it's done. Like, hello. And then for 2 tickets, it's 2,500 sponsoring points. Last year was 8,000. So we were all like, wait, was this a typo? First we thought it was our region. Then we waited for America to kind of get with the program. And they're like, wait, is this right? So it's correct. And the whole point to me, I immediately got really giddy and really excited because I was like, oh my God, so many of you can earn this trip based on more sales than anything. But you won't have to like bust your ass for recruiting and non-PRV points. This is so doable. I swear it's so doable. And the cool thing is, I think what they did was they brought them down and more people are going to earn this trip than they probably ever had. And it's going to get people, that's going to give you the belief in yourself, the marketing that when you earn a trip, you saw all my pictures, hopefully, or Janice's pictures, but you saw it's a marketing dream for your business. From the time you earn it, to the time you get the email, to the time you get your flights booked, it is consistent marketing for months for your business. I just got an answer for an important question from Scentsy. But the trip is, it is your first trip. Most likely your eyes will be like this and you'll just keep going, this is free? Is this included? Oh my God. Really? Oh my God. That's really what it looks like when someone new's on a trip. Oh my God. And I've told Janice to tell you her story because she kind of had a different experience. But I knew in my heart what Scentsy was going to do, and I'm never worried. Scentsy will make everything right, and Scentsy will always take care of you. I am never worried. If I'm with Scentsy, I don't care what happens. I know I'm safe, and I'm going to be taken care of. It's fine. But it was nice for her to Julian to experience what they did, and it was an absolute joy. It is probably one of my most favorite things on any trip I've been on when I've had team members earn it. It is complete pride and joy and love and gushiness to see your team member, your friend, get to experience something that not everybody gets to experience. Everybody can, but not everybody chooses to do the work to do it. And to be rewarded that way and recognized that way and spoiled. I don't know if you guys saw everything, but I think I probably talked about this before and I won't go into too much of it, but this trip, we were given all balcony rooms. And let me tell you, when I was like that, I will never want to take another cruise without a balcony room. Because I've been on several cruises now, thanks to Scentsy. And this one, was different. And I think I've been in for 7 years, but I think I've earned, because it used to be able to earn leadership as well in January. So my very first trip I earned in my first 3 months was a cruise to Cozumel, Mexico. So I have earned probably 11, was it my 11th one? 10th one? Anyway, I've earned a lot. And what I've learned is that consistency is the key. And you have to be able, how bad do you want it is the question. How bad do you want it? You can be terrified. That's okay. You can be shaking in your boots coming to me going, I really want to do this, but I have no fucking clue how it's going to happen. It's okay. I can help. Or your sponsor can help. Or if you have a teamie on here, that helps, you know. I'm going to be truthful and I'm going to be honest when we do our planning session. That's always fun. Because when you're coming in for it the first time, you're like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to earn, blah, blah. And then I go, what are you willing to do? Well, your numbers have to match a certain way for you to achieve these things. But there's a lot of different ways that you can achieve points. So, and the 18,000 point, you get registration for SFR. So all you have to worry about is your accommodation and your flights and your food and that kind of stuff. But your registration would be all paid for. And I think that was like $350 or something this year. So I wish if you have questions about incentive trips, I am more than happy to talk about it. I talked a little bit about, in that recording today with Jacqueline, and her team, but you really do, even people that have said, oh, I'm not really into travel, or, oh, I'm not really that interested. You will be when you go. That's all I can say is it is magical. It is life-changing. You will always hate your vacations after that, because if you have to pay for anything, we could eat pretty much 24 hours a day and not pay for it. The only bill, this was a really funny thing. So my roommate, Roseanne, went and played craps almost every night in the casino. So that was our time alone. So she went to the craps table. I stayed in the room and watched TV, because when I'm around a lot of people, I have to decompress and I just want to be around quiet. And she likes things warm and I like things cold. So when she went to the casino, I opened the sliding door to our balcony and I just listened to the waves, and it was cold at night. And so I just sat and I watched TV and maybe take a nap just for a couple hours or whatever. Or it was later and I'd go to bed. And then she'd come back from the casino and I go, oh gosh, shut the door. Wifey's back. So I shut the door. But like everybody was making fun of me, because not making fun of me in a bad way, but making fun of me in a good way, because I try really hard not to spend money on Scentsy ever. I hate it. The Scooby-Doo is going to kill me. Because I want it all. So most people buy drinks. Some people bought artwork on the boat. I am like, nope, this is a free vacation, mofos. So when you get your bill at the end, the night before the last, basically the day you disembark, you get your invoice of how much you spent on the trip. And my bill was $4.49. And people were like, that's not even a drink, because drinks were like $8. What the hell is that? Because most people's were hundreds of dollars, because they bought this and they bought that and they went shopping at the stores and they went to the fancy dinners and they did the casino, and oh my gosh, I was like, I bring my own water bottle. I save my money for souvenirs. I like souvenirs. So the only thing I bought on the boat was this hat. And it was originally $22, but it was on clearance for $4.49. And I picked it up in the store and I went, is this right? And the one girl that worked there went, no. And the other's like, yeah. They're all like $4 something. And I kid you not, 3 other consultants were like, hey, can you hand me 2? Hey, can you hand me 3? Oh my God, my girls will love that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to use that for team gifts. Oh my God. So, and then I went and I posted it on our Alaska page in our group. And I went, in case anybody wants it, it's $4.49. So that's what was on my bill. This hat. Big spender. I did spend money on some souvenirs in different places. The t-shirts were 2 for $14. Can't skip that. I bought Peter some things. I bought my mom some moose pajamas that she liked, that she saw in one of my pictures, but we were already past that port. So I had 3 girls scrambling to stores looking for pajamas for my mom, that had a moose on the front that said, I moose me dreaming, because mom wanted it. I messaged my mom and said, hey, do you want something from the Harley store in Juneau? Because she's a Harley lady and I know they collect things. And she's like, oh no, it's probably too expensive. But I did like those pajamas you posted. And I went, that was yesterday in a different city. And I'm like, those aren't even your color. Those are my color. I said, all right. So I had an army running to a t-shirt shop in Juneau, Alaska, because we had a half hour to get our asses on the boat before it would leave without us after our train ride. And so I'm like, I found one. I also bought Dan that sign that I showed you. So I didn't buy a lot, but Scentsy, if you saw all the incentive, all the room drops every single day when we came back, or there was one day I was sleeping in my room and I had my back towards the room because I was just looking outside and I fell asleep. But I remember kind of waking up and I swear someone opened our door. And then I'm like, oh, no, maybe not. Sure shit. I woke up like an hour or 2 later, turned around, and our gifts were sitting on Roseanne's bed. So our porter, our guy, came in, dropped off our gifts, and left while I was sleeping. So that was kind of funny. Because I was like, I knew I heard somebody, but he was so quiet. I didn't really think, I thought, I don't know. You hear so many weird things. It was so fun to go see, like, the first night we got blankets and we got our name badges that you always get on a trip. The second night we got binoculars, and I kept going. I really thought I was going, because I brought 1 bag of candy and wax bars for people. And I thought, oh, this bag will be kind of empty when I go home. Gave us a blanket, gave us binoculars, like big binoculars, professional grade binoculars. Then they gave us 4 of the best cupcakes I've ever tasted in my entire life. Holy crap, were those good. So good that it was quite funny because Roseanne's like, oh my God, the frosting. Now, I like frosting more than cake. So she took a Kleenex and wiped her cupcake off. And she's like, oh, that's too much frosting. I'm like, did you just wipe that off? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the best part. And she's like, do you want it? I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting here with this tissue going, and licking off the frosting. She's like, do you want another cupcake? I'm like, okay, but not right now. I think I'm having a sugar crash. It was amazing. It's amazing. And the frosting was inside the cupcake too. Oh, hello. And then the next day was it the fudge? No, the mugs. We got 2 thermal mugs and hot chocolate and marshmallows because we were going to be up at like 4:30 in the morning to go through the pass and glaciers and things, which we ended up not going through all the way because there was too much ice. So apparently we hit some ice. And then the next night was fudge, a box of fudge. And then the next night was, it was quite funny because I attend everything because I am a prize and like gift person. So you just never know what they're going to give you when you attend something. So I attend everything. And Roseanne was like, oh, I don't want to go to the farewell reception. And I went, but we have to get our pin. Maybe we'll get our pin there, because we usually get it at a farewell dinner. When you go on incentive trips, you get a pin, and you collect pins from every single place you've ever been on an incentive trip. And I'm like, you have to get the pin. She's like, oh my God, I forgot about the pin. Damn it. And I'm like, how do you forget about the pin? All I care about are pins and charms and presents. And so I never forget this stuff, but other people do. And I said, and then we came back to our room and the pin was on our bed before the reception. And I went, oh my God, look what's on our bed. So we got our pin, and she's like, woohoo, I can go to the casino. So she didn't go to the farewell reception. I still went, and they did an amazing job with everything. And I got some much needed photos there's still like 3 to 4 people that I thought I'd be taking pictures with, and I never saw them, and they were there. And I'm like, shit, I never saw you. And they're like, oh my God. It was crazy. And then the final night, it was because the night before you actually are going to leave the ship, you have to pack up all your stuff if you want them to take your suitcase to the dock, so that they're all organized, so you don't have to carry and lug everything through the cruise ship. So you have to take out what you need that day or that night, and then you can repack it when you get down to the port, which is what I did. Or I did it at the airport, actually. And we're all packed. Everything's ready. We're so sad because it's our last night. And we come back to our room after being in Canada for the day, and there's a gift on our bed, and we both go, oh crap, there's another gift. Where are we going to put that? Because we were like busting, because the mugs they gave us 2, not 1, 2 in boxes. And it was just like, they weren't small. And I'm like, oh my God, where are we going to put this? So for me to look at a gift and go, oh crap, I was like, oh my God, it's so many gifts. It was good, but it was just really interesting that we had to kind of rejudge everything in our lives. And it's something you can't crush because it's artwork. So that made it trickier. And but everything except for souvenirs was included. The airports, the transport. We were picked up at the airport by a big long SUV, like professional car. It was amazing. It was so good to be back in America. Proper size vehicles and on the right side of the road. Just kidding. But me and Janice and Julian got in around the same time because we took the same plane from Honolulu to Seattle. And this big car came, and he came and picked us up. And Scentsy, when you get off a plane, and when you go on a trip, when you get off the plane, there's people with the Scentsy logo of the trip standing everywhere. So people are like, where do we go? I'm like, just look for the Scentsy people. They'll be there. Because I've done this before. You don't have to worry. They got you. So the Scentsy person was there, and all of us got there. We were all given our own cars to go to the hotel. And they make sure they introduce you to your driver, and then they leave. And so our driver's like, I can help you with you, because we're in America, so people are very helpful. So and Scentsy takes care of the tips for everything, so you don't have to worry about tipping anything, whether you're on the cruise ship or you are on the drivers and things. Scentsy takes care of all of that. So he took us to our hotel. We get to the hotel, we check in, and because they couldn't ship, Royal Caribbean needed specific COVID tests, and they wouldn't ship out of the country, but they were $60 each. And so Scentsy paid for all of Region 3's people that came to the trip to have tests waiting for them at the hotel or waiting for them before they got on the ship. So when we checked into the hotel, we got our COVID test, and then I did my COVID, because you had to do it in front of a live person on like a Zoom call kind of thing. And so I did that. And we got a night in Seattle, and they paid for our hotel. They gave us spending money. for food and things like that. And then the next day I went to the gum wall, and then we had to be back at a certain time, and there was big coach buses up in front ready to pick everybody up and take us to the port. And then that's where it all began. So, but Scentsy covers all of it. You don't have to worry about anything ever. And I will tell you right now, there are so many people. Janice earned for one, but she bought in her husband, Julian. So when you earn for one, you can buy in a guest over 18. So it's usually a couple $1,000 because it's kind of everything, but they get a little bit of a discount because it's a group rate, right? So, so Julian went along, and he wasn't the only guy that was there by far. There was a lot of men there and a lot of husbands. And for a lot of them, it was the first trip. And they are now the biggest supporters. So if you really want to change your hubby's mind or your partner's mind or your spouse's mind about shit, earn a trip and take them. Because they can't believe it. Man, they were so excited over those damn binoculars. You should have seen the guys. Binoculars. It was really funny. That one morning I got up at 4:30 to do the glacier thing. I got up every 9 minutes for 3 hours. And then there was no big glacier. I let Roseanne sleep, and I put my blanket on, and I went outside with my hat, and then I could, because Julian and Janice were 2 rooms down, and I went like this, and Julian was down with his camera, and I'm like, morning. So we're up at 4:30 on our balconies waiting. But it will change. It will change the view of things, because nobody understands how great we are treated. And so many other companies, other direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever, it's only the top % that can earn the trips, or the first ones to earn it get it. There's a limit. I think that one company, there was a 60-person limit or something. There was 1,000 of us on this trip. And they would have taken more if we would have had more, you know. So it is open to everybody, from essential consultant to superstar director. Well, Deanie was there. She's Circle of Excellence. So it is open for everybody. And I want you to really believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. If you looked at my photos or Janice's photos and said, oh, they're so lucky, I wish I could do that. Listen to that. That is your heart telling you you want that. Jealousy is one of those weird things that it's ugly, but you should pay attention because it means it's what you want. And so you can have what you want if you're willing to do what it takes to get there. But sometimes it means asking for help. Sometimes it means being humble and vulnerable and saying, I really want this, but I don't know if I can do this. And sometimes it just means reaching out. As sponsors, we don't know. If you don't talk to us and you don't engage on the team page, we don't know what you're thinking. We cannot be like, we don't want to bug you all the time, because if you aren't reaching out to us, we're like, well, and you're not really super engaged and your numbers aren't big, we kind of just leave you to yourself and then check in with you every once in a while. My frontline people get a text message from me 3 times a month as a mini newsletter kind of thing, and they can forward that onto their teams if they'd like. Or if you don't get that from your leader or your sponsor, please just let me know and I can include you in mine if you want to be. I do have a couple extras that I text when I do my main text out. But the other thing I do want to say on that note, I am your director. So technically, most of you, unless you're under Janice's team or Serena's team, most of you are under my stewardship, as they call it, which means I can reach out to you at any time and help you at any time. However, I don't want to step on toes of people that are sponsoring people, because they need to learn how to lead, and they grow by leading and learning. So they come to me, I teach them, and they teach you. So that's kind of how usually it goes. However, sometimes you have team members or sponsors that maybe aren't invested as you are in your business, or you've talked to them but you're not getting a lot of feedback from them, or they're not helping you even though you asked, or they don't seem to have any time for you, or they're very inconsistent and unreliable in information to you. This happens. It's normal. I didn't have anybody help me when I started. But if that is you and you want support and you want to have some one-on-one time with me, message me. Don't be afraid. You're not stepping on anybody's toes. I usually let the sponsor know at some point, hey, I'm working with so-and-so. And usually 9 out of 10 times they say, oh, that's awesome. Great. She could use that because I can't give it to her. So don't be afraid. I am your director. You are allowed to reach out to me and you're not hurting anything. Don't let anybody stand in your way. I wouldn't have found Jacqueline if I didn't keep going. If the first person wasn't helping me, I went to the next person. The next person wasn't helping me, I finally went to Jacqueline. And Jacqueline really started helping me after I was a director because she didn't want to step on the couple people in between me and her. So, and now she's taken me under her wing as her own, like I've done to a couple people in here. So if you're open with me, if you communicate with me, if you want something, I want to help you. Please don't be afraid to reach out. Okay, so that is an open invitation to message me. Now, tomorrow is my day off, so I might not message you back real quick tomorrow, but I usually check my messages twice a day. But I am here to believe in you. I am here to coach you. I am here to guide you. I always tell everybody, I'm your GPS. You tell me where you want to go and when you want to get there, and or even just tell me where you want to go. It could be just $100 a month, or it could be a trip, or it could be to leave your job. You tell me where you want to go. I'm going to tell you the fastest and most effective way to get there, just like a GPS does. Will you probably have to do some rerouting? Absolutely. We all have had to do it. This was one of the first incentives that I didn't ace, this brick by brick one. I had people join Scentsy Club, but they didn't hit that level that you had to. And for me, I was just happy they were in Scentsy Club, because when people join Scentsy Club and they play with it, they get more comfortable with it, and they just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. So I'm just happy that they went in. But am I bummed I still didn't get the things? Absolutely. But I got the second thing, so I didn't have to buy any of my stuff. So I was happy about that. But we don't always hit our goals. I try really hard to hit my goals. And I'm very prize driven and recognition driven. But I love to see other people do it too. And that is so rewarding. So make me happy by reaching out and saying, you want to do this too. So we'll see whoever is around on Thursday night for our booking blitz. Bring your calendar. Make sure your calendar is all sorted so you know exactly what days you can and cannot do a Scentsy. It doesn't have to even be a party. It could be just a one-on-one, or it could be a coffee with a friend, or it could be dropping off a bag party. But make sure, I have a calendar for those of you who haven't seen this. That was May. That was scary. June. So this was July. All the X's means I can't do stuff those days. And this is what I have, one of these calendars, and I hand it out to people at a party and go, here, just let me know what day you want. Write your name and your time where there's not an X. This helps people know, and see it for themselves. When you do it off your phone, when you're in person, it's hard for certain people to mentally visualize without squares, like paydays and counting their paydays and things like that. So I always believe in a proper paper calendar. But for me, I have a very photographic memory visually when it comes to, oh, there's something on that day. There's something. Oh, I think it's that third weekend. So I know as soon as I look at my calendar which days I have something planned and which days I don't. So know for August and September what days you can do Scentsy appointments. Make sure you bring your list of 100 if you have one, or if you don't, maybe you need to work on that tomorrow. Make a list of 100 people that you know that have a nose. Do not assume. Do not analyze. Do not overthink it. Write down every single person you've known since the time you were born until today. That's it. That has a nose. I mean, there might be people that don't have a nose that would still like to look at a diffuser. I don't know. Just saying. Bring a pen and paper, obviously, for booking. And for notes and keeping track of your points, because we're going to do points for prizes. And have an open mind. Make sure your phone's charged or plugged in. And yeah, so that's it. Does anybody have any questions before we go? I have added, I don't know how it works, but it asked me if I wanted to add somebody can rewind my live. And I was like, okay. So I have a rewind button apparently, but I don't know what that looks like on your end. I just said, yes, you could. And Jacqueline's video from her trip planning thing today is in underneath the post about her Monday mindset. So it's in there in case you want to watch it. There's George. There's a couple people that have shared their experiences about trips and things. Hi, Georgie Porch. I thought maybe he had something in his mouth. I was like, what are you doing? So, all right, that's it for me. I'm very sleepy. So have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Get ready for lots of shout outs tomorrow. You guys, we had an amazing month. July was a great month. That was back to normal in my opinion. So woohoo, way to go you. And I know just in my front line alone, I think I counted 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that I think will certify this month. So, if not next month, but I think this month they'll certify. So, and I've got my eye on a couple other people possibly moving up as well. So, embrace the new catalog, embrace the join special. Just, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So, thank you for being part of my smelly family, and hit me up if you have any questions, if you want a one-on-one call with me, or if you need to set up a planning session because you can't make it Tuesday night, or if you want to be on my text list, or if you just need some leadership because you're feeling a little lost and your sponsor maybe isn't as invested as you are. Just let me know, okay? Okay. Mwah. Love you guys. Peace.